Hey howdy, hey y'all, Leanna here. I am super excited for today's video. We are going to do a look with this beautiful Cold Moon palette from Ensley Reign Cosmetics. I have an Ensley Reign palette, but I believe that the formula in this palette is different from the one I have. The one I have is the Scorpio palette, which is no longer available on their website. I love the artwork on this palette. It is beautiful, and it has a raised text on it. Very, very nice, very sturdy. I like that it's thin, and I don't like a real bulky palette. The artwork continues on the inside of the palette, and the color story is stunning. I am so happy that it does not have a mirror in it. I do not use the mirrors in my palettes. I feel that they are a waste. I know that there are lots of people that use the mirrors, but beautiful color story. Each shade has a name, and unfortunately, some of the shade names I do not know how to pronounce. I should have looked them up, and I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with this palette. I do know that I want to put every single shade in the palette on my face. I have been sitting here staring at it, and I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at how beautiful that is. This palette has 10 mattes, 11 specialty shimmers, including 4 multi-dimensional holochrome, 1 multichrome, 3 duochromes, 2 ultra sparkly shimmers, and 1 classic satin shimmer. And I was looking to try to figure out which shade was the classic satin, and I can't figure it out. I don't know which one it is. This palette, the color story of this palette is based off of the full Cold Moon. I am a moon worshiper, so this is right up my alley. And when I was on their website reading about the palette and how they developed the palette, it made my heart happy. The website says that the artwork is an enchanting fairy mushroom. And this is a revamped palette. Apparently they had a Cold Moon palette before. The other really nice feature of this palette is the pans are removable. It's magnetic so that you can take them out. I love it. So I have already put on my base face. I have primed my eyes with the Gerard Cosmetics eye primer and set my eye primer, and we're going to dig right in. So let's do a few swatches. Let's start with Snow Fairies, because that is just calling my name. Oh my gosh, that is incredibly buttery, and look at that purple shift. It swatches very clean off of my finger. That is a beautiful, that is very, very creamy. Very creamy. It's it feels very moisturizing, if that makes sense. That is very nice. Very, very nice. Alright. Where's my towel? Because I'll have it all over my pants. Alright, let's swatch this shade here, which is Forbidden. Wow. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let's see, let's do Storm Fairy down here in the bottom. I know I'm all over the place, but I'm not going to swatch, oh my gosh, the entire palette. Look at that. I can't get over how that feels. I swear it feels so creamy. I don't know. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Look at those uneven swatches, but holy cow. Look. I knew I had been lusting after this palette, and I couldn't make up my mind whether I was going to get it or not. And fate stepped in and said, yes, yes, Leanna, you shall have this palette. That looks a little bit better. Let's try one of the mattes. Let's do Mother's Night. Look at how pigmented that is. Holy cow. That's just one swipe. That is gorgeous. I'm hoping that there's not going to be a ton of fallout all over my face. Let's do another of these. Is that the satin? Cal Zero. I'm sure that I am not pronouncing that right. This might be the satin. Oh, my goodness. That is gorgeous. I believe that that's the satin right there. Very pretty. Let's do one more, and I can't pronounce. Oh. Look at that, y'all. Wow. It ended up on my pants anyway. Let's do one more of the mattes. Those mattes are very pigmented. That is beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let me clean this up so I don't have glitter all over me, and then we'll start using her. So I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. Normally I would go with like one of these kind of gray tones or brown, but I am going to start with this shade here that is called Winter Rose, and put that in my transition area. And I'm using the Rose and Ben E28. So Ensley Reign did a whole series of moon themed palettes. They did the Harvest Moon, which was gorgeous. And the ones that I have seen, I have wanted all of them because I really am very, very, very in tune with the moon. That's very pigmented. They did, I believe they did the Strawberry Moon. They did a whole series. And this formula is definitely different than the Scorpio palette that I have. These mattes are very soft, and as you can see, they're very blendable. I mean, that was pretty effortless. The other moon palette that they did was the Flower Moon, and this was a whole series, like I said, and I believe that the Cold Moon is the final palette in this series. And the website said that they wanted to showcase the mystical cycles of the moon. The full moon, because all of those palettes, those palette names are names of full moons. To my knowledge, new moons do not have names. Just the full moons do. I can definitely feel the moon's energy, the full moon and the new moon. And most of the time, the full moon makes people a little wonky, which is proven. That is a proven fact. That is so pretty. The hospitals, emergency rooms, and the police, fire, rescue, they do not like the full moon because that's when everybody gets a little crazy, and they have lots of people visiting the ER and having accidents and getting themselves in trouble. And of course, as I would assume everybody knows, the moon affects the tide. So when the moon affects the tide, your body is mostly water. So it affects your body. I'm going to take this big fluffy brush. This is the Rose and Ben E29. I love these brushes so much. I hope she comes out with some more eye brushes. And I just want to blend that out. Effortless. That was effortless. So now I'm going to go here into Cat Mint and put that in my outer corner and in my transition area. Clean that E28 off on my color switch. So like I said, the full moon normally makes everybody a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, even at work, I notice a difference in people when we have the full moon. The full moon, for me, calms me, where it makes everybody else a little crazy. I get very calm during a full moon. I love a full moon. Ash from Makeup and Chaos and I have a thing when I can get really good pictures of the moon. I will send them those pictures. We will share those pictures. I will post or share some of the pictures that I have taken. My camera on my phone is crazy, y'all. I was hoping that was going to be just a little bit darker, but I may add a little something something just to the outer corner, because this is fine in my crease. Now the new moon, and I was born on a new moon. As a matter of fact, one moment please. I have a necklace that it's one of those little charms that the moon, it has a moon on it, and the moon will absorb the light and it will glow in the dark. And it is a picture of the moon on the day that I was born. And then I got this in the mail. This is what the moon looked like on the day that I was born, November 5th, 1964. And this was sent to me by Andy from Andy Does Stuff. She gifted this to me. It is so special. It was hanging right back there on the wall. You can see the bottom of it, but I love it. I love it so much. So I was born on a new moon, and the new moon makes me crazy. It makes me crazy. I get all discombobbled and a little cranky on the new moon. Alright, what shade do I want to use to darken? I think I'm going to use this shade here, which is called Mother's Night, and use that just in my outer corner. Let's get another brush. This is a Complex Culture all over shadow brush. I use this brush quite often. That is very pigmented. Oh yeah. I just want to darken that outer, maybe just a little bit in the crease. That is so pretty. I'm looking over there in my monitor so that I can see how things are looking for y'all. So y'all let me know down in the comments, do you know what the moon looked like the day you were born? There are quite a few websites that you can go to and get like that picture or the necklace that I'm talking about. I got that necklace in a woo-woo shop in St. Louis. I always get more shadow on one eye than I do the other. Do y'all feel the effects of the moon when we have a full moon? I have done a lot of research on the moons and their names and why they were named the way they were. The Native Americans named the moons. If you go on the Farmer's Almanac website, you can find out all of the different names for the full moons and when we have a super full moon and what the names mean and all the things. Alright, so now I'm going to take this Rephr number 28. Love this little brush. And which one of those, I should have left them on my arm so I could figure out which one I wanted to use. I know I'm going to put Forbidding, this one. I know I'm going to put that in my inner corner. Maybe I'll put that in first and then decide what I want to put in the center. Look at how pretty that is. I'm feeling like I should probably spray it, y'all. I don't want to have glitter all over my face. Look at that. Y'all see that? Holy cow. The formula of this palette is 1,000 times better than that Scorpio palette, which is one of the reasons why I hadn't pulled the trigger on buying this, because I was like, I don't know if the formula is going to be the same. And I'm not super impressed with the formula of that Scorpio palette. That Scorpio palette is in one of my panning projects. Let me show it to you. This is the Scorpio palette, and I got it because, you know, I'm a Scorpio. This palette does have a mirror in it, but fortunately, it folds all the way back. And it's a beautiful, beautiful palette. But like I said, I haven't now, to give it credit, I haven't really dove deep into this palette either, which I need to do. And that's one of the reasons that I put it in a panning project. But the shades, I mean, they're very pigmented, but they feel kind of hard. They're very hard pressed. So, but it's a beautiful color story. Let's just swatch that. Well, see? And that's a satin, but it's swatched fine. It's swatched pretty good off my finger. I just need to dig into that palette. Of course, I think that palette would be better suited to as we start getting into the fall months. All right, back to the Cold Moon. I'm all off track. Do any of you own any Ensley Reign palettes, or do you intend to buy one? If you're intending to buy one, I have been an affiliate of Ensley Reign for a little while. I believe that there is a 10% discount code down in the description box. That is just gorgeous. Oh, I cannot tell you how excited I am to have this palette. And at the same time, I'm like, oh, see, the whole moon thing, because I had not really read. I knew that they had several moon palettes, but I had not read the story behind why. And so now I'm like, I have to have all of them. I need them all. This is my problem. Eyeshadow palettes are just my kryptonite. I just want them all. I was being funny in the comments with Dawn, one of my subscribers. Love her. Hi, Dawn. And we were talking about using an eyeshadow palette, and I was, well, this one, I believe I was talking about using this one, and I was like, I have to remind myself that these are not, it's not a stamp collection. I need to use them. But at the same time, the more I think about it, it is like a stamp collection because I'm collecting them. I'm a palette collector. I am the palette collector. I collect eyeshadow palettes. What can I say? All right. I'm just jibber-jabbering all over the place. I'm so excited. I am so excited about this palette. I am just blown away. Blown away. All right, what shade am I going to use in the center? I think I'm going to have to go with Snow Fairies. Let's do Snow Fairies, that one right there that I swatched. It has that pink, purple, silver, kryptonite flip to it. It looks like it has a little bit of green in it too. I definitely can see a little bit of green. I know it's not going to pick up, but maybe it will when I put it on my lid. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is so pretty. I do have a little bit of fallout on my cheeks now. Oh, I can see the green in it. That is just gorgeous. I'm so glad that I rolled this into a project to make me use it. Because, I mean, it's effortless. Do y'all see how easy that is? And it just blended into that first shade. So nice. I am in love. Just in love. In love. Alright, I'm going to take the same brush and go back into Mother's Night. and just put that back in my outer corner. I want that to be kind of dark. I just want to deepen that up a little bit. And I'm going to run what's left just under my lower lash. Alright, is there anything in here light enough for me to, let's put that Cali Can't Zaro. That silver shade. Let's see if that will go in my inner corner as a highlight. It will if you put it on light enough. As I said in my other video when Andy and I did our special shadows collab, I really have been enjoying putting these type of shades under my lashes, my lower lash line. I'm going to put that shade, which is KHION. I can't wait to look these up to see what they mean. Oh. Let me spray that because I know I'm going to have that all over the place. It's just so pretty to have just a little bit of that. Look at that. Can y'all see that? Is it showing up? Please tell me it is, because that is beautiful. Just right in the center. Oh my gosh. I love that. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Alright. So I'm going to clean up my cheeks, do some lashes and a lip, and see if I can't do something with my hair, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are with lashes on. I felt like that these needed some dramatic lashes because, oh my gosh, I just love this look so much. And I did my lip. I used my Charlotte Tilbury from out of one of my panning projects. So, in case you don't know, because some of you, I know some of you put your face makeup on before you do your eyes, just like me. And so, there's still a few, I can see just a few little glitter pieces left on my cheeks, but all I do is I take a big fluffy brush and I whisk away as much as I can, and for the stubborn little pieces of glitter, I use this right here. This is a BH Cosmetics eyebrow brush, and it's very, very soft, but it is perfect. You just brush them away. It just, because it's so soft, it does not hurt. And I mean, you're exfoliating at the same time. It works like a charm. Just a little tip in case you didn't know. The Cold Moon palette. Oh my gosh, I am over the moon, pun intended, in love with this beautiful palette. Look at how beautiful she is. Oh, I am so incredibly happy to have this palette. And I'm not going to go into all the details, but I would just like to say thank you, Ash from Makeup and Chaos, and Andy from Andy Does Stuff. I will have them both listed down below, because without them, I would have waited probably a long time and not got this beautiful palette, and I'm so, so happy that I have it. I highly, highly recommend. If you're on the fence about whether or not you want to get this palette, I'm going to tell you to get it. Get it. It is amazing. And don't forget, there is a 10% discount code down in my description box. It is an affiliate. I do get a little bit of kickback. You do not have to use it. That's not why I'm telling you to go get this palette, go get this palette. But if you do use my code, I appreciate it. It does help to support my channel. So that's it. The Cold Moon palette. I truly appreciate you spending some time with me to watch me do this look with this beautiful new palette. If you're new here, I hope that you will consider subscribing. Make sure you show that like button some love. And as always, I'd like to remind you that makeup is meant to enhance the natural beauty that you already are. And we are all beautiful at any age or any size. Find something to be grateful for today. Pull your makeup out and play with it. And I will see you in my next video. Okay. Love you. Bye.